All right, so full on. Who's ready for a glam bead? This is the makeup look we are doing today. I'm freaking loving it. This is like my new go-to Beaute drugstore. I beat my face better with drugstore products. Bow. What's up, beauties? Welcome back to Faceovermatter. It's Jalen here, and I'm bringing you this 100% drugstore makeup tutorial. It's a very neutral, nudie beat. I mean, full glam type of stuff. I'm just using like all of like basically my favorite drugstore products. I just feel like you can't go wrong with these products. I honestly feel like I beat my face better with a drugstore product than I did with my high-end products, which I feel like is kind of crazy. But other than that, this is what we're doing today. Turban video is on its way. I don't know if this video will be out first or the turban video will be out first. I don't know, whichever one is out first. Here goes the turban. This is one of the very requested styles that I do to my turbans, but I will definitely leave all the info in the description box for you guys if you're interested in the turbans. But the detailed video is on its way. Like I said, I don't know if this will be first or second, but whatever. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video is very helpful. I try not to base this video too much just for the oily skin people like myself. I did try to incorporate some little tips here and there, some little tips for combination skin, oily skin, dry skin, whatever. Either way, I try to include some tips for all of you guys just in case you do have different skin than I do, which I'm sure a lot of you have different skin than me. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for this drugstore makeup tutorial, I really wanted to keep it really simple and really just like an everyday kind of makeup look that everyone can kind of go for, if you're, especially like if you're a beginner, that sort of thing. So I have all my favorite drugstore products laid out here right beside me. So if you are ready to get started, let's jump right into it. All right, so fresh face, everything's ready to go. So always I like to start off with my Dewy Finish Setting Spray by NYX. Just a few sprays to the face will do. Face has already been moisturized with my Nivea cream and my Olay face cream. Always want to make sure you start off with a fresh canvas and all that good stuff. So I have here a bunch of foundations. Well, not a bunch, but my favorite foundations as of right now from the drugstore. I'm just going to choose two. I have here the L'Oreal Paris Truer Color True Match Super Blendable Makeup in C7 Nut Brown. And this one is oil-free and all-day wear. This is actually a new shade that I discovered in Target. So I was like, we'll see how that works out. And of course, you can't go wrong with my trusty L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in Cream Cafe. This has been an all-time favorite of mine. I hope they never discontinue this product. This is one of the best foundations from the drugstore. If you are oily, if you are dry, this might not be one of the best goes for you. But if you are more like a mixture, oily and dry, or just all oily like I am, go with this. So priming, I'm going to be using my Black Radiance True Complexion Shine Control Primer. I usually can find this at Walmart, but if somewhere else, I know they are just starting to bring Black Radiance products to Dollar General. So if you are not a familiar person with Black Radiance products, I think you can find it pretty much anywhere now. I know some places like CVS or something and Walgreens, certain places don't carry Black Radiance. So you just have to figure out which one has what. But usually Walmart is always looking out for me when it comes to this product here. Summertime, it's perfect. It just really keeps me matte all day long. I will say sometimes I can have like some peek throughs right here at my nose, but that's usually normal. But if you bake and all that stuff, you should be okay. I'm gonna start off by using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte because I like to use this one in my nose area. So I'm just gonna make a few little dots, like my T-zone. Like I say in my other videos, I don't like to add a lot of foundation on my nose because of course that's usually where I get the most oily. So I don't want to have like a cake load of foundation just on my nose. So I just kind of add like residue foundation there and then just apply it everywhere else. And then I'm gonna take the Truer Match and I'm gonna put this one more on the outer portion of my face. This is a nut brown. This one's a little bit browner than I would like because y'all know I like to look golden and all that stuff, but I feel like this one will do okay, especially this being a mixture, so I'll see how it works out. This is a Real Techniques beauty sponge. You can usually find, I think they are starting to sell these more in my area. I think they're starting to sell these more in Walmart now. But these are real expensive beauty blenders. I know the regular beauty blenders are like $20 and these you can get for like $8 to $10. So you're almost getting, it's the same kind of quality, but half the price. So I'm just gonna tap this in. Because this foundation does dry a little bit, I am gonna spritz some more of the spray on there because I don't want it to get dry on me and I'm trying to blend it. I will say from my experience with using the Infallible Pro Matte, it's a very blendable foundation, buildable foundation, and it's medium to full coverage, but of course you'll probably have to add like a couple extra layers, or maybe just like one extra layer. So just looking at the finished product as of now, I like the finish of the two. It's giving me a matte finish, of course, with the Pro Matte, but I feel like with the L'Oreal Paris, I'm still getting hydration. I'm still getting some kind of moisture here and not being too dry on my face. But like I say, if you're about to go out in the sun and all that kind of thing, the dryness is something that you're gonna want to have. All right, now digging into my favorite concealers, I'm going to be starting off with my Maybelline New York Master Conceal in number 40 medium. This one was usually a go-to in my previous tutorials before. Love this concealer. I feel like this is the best drugstore concealer for like full coverage, full on, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, go with that one. I'm gonna be buffing this one in with my Division brush, or you can just go right in with your beauty blender, either one, or your Real Techniques sponge, either one, but I'm just gonna apply it here. I do feel like this one is a little light now that I'm looking at it, but you know what? It's on my face now, huh? But this one is definitely full coverage, very buildable, very easy to blend, a beautiful finish. I really do like this concealer. Gonna tone it down, still using the side that I blended my foundation in with, just so it won't be too white under there and I can still kind of get some balance by buffing it in with my foundation. So that is a trick that you can use if you tend to use a highlighter that is too light for your under eye. You can always tone it down by buffing it out with some foundation, and it can tone it down and make it look a little bit more neutral instead of too white under there. I'm gonna take a little bit down the sides of my nose. Just gonna try and make my nose a little bit smaller here. All right, so I am gonna contour just a little bit. I'm gonna be using this Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free Plus Balance Foundation Stick. And this one is in the color Coconut 355. And I want to add just a little bit of this just to help contour my face. Of course, I'm gonna be buffing that in with my Real Techniques sponge as well. A little bit of definition to my face, especially here on my nose. This is my problem area, is my nose. I know a lot of people say, oh, your nose is perfect. You know, sometimes you just see things on yourself that you just really don't like. But, you know, I'm very grateful what God has given me, because some people have bigger issues than mine. All right, so I'm gonna be setting my face with my Airspun Loose Face Powder in Extra Coverage, I think this is. Found this one in Walgreens. I think this runs for about $7, so very inexpensive. Because I'm kind of basing this around like summertime, I feel like baking is very necessary if you are oily, but if you are not oily, you can like skip this step, or you can just like set it with like a brush and just kind of do like a light layer of translucent powder or banana powder or whatever you like to use to set your creams and concealers and things. But me, this is my trusty Airspun powder. Love it. I try not to go too heavy on the setting powder because I know sometimes I feel like I can look a little bit too ashy if I apply too much. So I try not to go overboard. So I'm gonna be bronzing using my trusty Black Radiance bronzers. This one is in Bronze Glow and Golden Almond. I'm gonna start off with the Bronze Glow first because this is my darker bronzing powder that I like to use, or I love to use. I still haven't found another bronzer that I like yet, but a lot of you have been commenting and leaving me different bronzers that you guys use, so I'm gonna look at those this weekend. I'm using the ELYSIUM brush in Square Root to do this. I have a discount code for these brushes if you are interested in purchasing these brushes. Alright, so now that I have that one, I'm gonna take the Golden Almond, and I like to use this one with like a lighter weight brush, and I'm gonna be using the Infinity brush from ELYSIUM. And I'm just gonna add a little light layer of this on top of my cheeks because I feel like this one is more like a blush rather than a bronzer. So it's still both, it does both jobs, I guess. Alright, and I am gonna dust off the excess powder underneath the eyes here. We have a beautiful, beautiful base. I really like it. Just the way it looks as of now, it's really matte and it's very beautiful, and I really, really like it. This step is very optional. If you don't like blush, you can definitely skip over this, but I'm gonna add a little bit of my Rose D'Order number 2 from Milani. Just gonna do like a light hint of this just because it has like some golden little pigments in it. I really like that. Just to bring back like some flesh tone to the face. For a highlight, I was thinking about using this one. This is an eyeshadow. This is from Milani. This is a shimmer eyeshadow called Bella Champagne number 16. I'm a little skeptical to use it on my face, but I am gonna try it. I'm gonna be using my Factorial brush from ELYSIUM. I'm gonna spray a little bit of my NYX spray on the brush, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this. I'm not swatching it on my hand just to see how it might look, but I'm just gonna do a little bit, because I haven't found a really good powder highlighter that I really like from the drugstore, so I'm just gonna have to do like a different alternative. But I really like this though as a highlighter. This is actually really, really pretty. This is really pretty. I really like that. All right, so to go over the eyes, I really want to do something pretty simple to the eyes, nothing dramatic. So I'm gonna take my liquid highlighter in Lumi. This is also from L'Oreal Paris. This is not a sponsored video by L'Oreal Paris. I promise. It just so happens I have a lot of L'Oreal Paris products. But I am going to be applying, actually I'm just gonna apply it with my finger because all my brushes are looking dirty. And I'm just going to do this over my eyes just because I really want something simple on the eyes. I don't wanna leave it bare, but I want something there. And I feel like because it's summertime and we wanna look nice and dewy, wanna have like a shimmery like lid, and I feel like that might be really nice. All right, so moving right along, I feel like we're moving pretty quick. I'm gonna be filling in my brows using my NYX Micro Eyebrow Definer. This one was actually a fave, still is a fave. I was recently using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, but these two together I feel like are the perfect brow. But this one is in chocolate, Anastasia one is in dark brown. I really wish I got this one in dark brown too, but I guess this one we'll have to do today. I'll just have some light brows. But I really don't do a lot to my brows nowadays. I just kind of fill in what's gappy and then just set them. So if you have really thick eyebrows and really don't need to touch them up with anything, I just feel like just set them with some brow gel or something and just be on your way. Because summertime, you know, I just feel like less makeup is better because you don't want, because it's hot and your pores are open and you don't want all that gook and stuff getting in your pores. And then you'll be breaking out and all that stuff. It's not a fun time. So that's pretty quick and simple. I don't have a brow setter, which actually really upsets me because I don't have anything to set my brows with. So I'm just gonna have to deal with not having my brows set right now, so which is okay. So we're just gonna move right along and just say screw it. So for the eyes, I'm gonna go back into with my NYX 604 Milk Pencil. A lot of you have been asking a lot about my white eyeliner in the bottom. It stays because this eyeliner is that bomb. I don't have to reapply it during the day or anything. It stays all day long. So what I do is just take it right from the applicator. And as you can see, if it starts to get low and you don't have a sharpener, just take like a small pencil, like a small little brush or something that can get down in there and that can fit right at your eye. It works just the same. But since this is already pretty much sharpened, I'm just gonna take it right from the applicator. All right, so I'm gonna add some mascara. I'm gonna go in with my favorite mascara from the drugstore, which is the CoverGirl The Supersizer Mascara. This mascara has always done me good. I just don't see me going to any other mascara, not even like high-end mascara. I don't even own a high-end mascara, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is all I use. I just feel like it's the best mascara for any kind of lashes, You know, even if you have tiny lashes, I still feel like this can get right up under there and get them. I'm gonna add a light coat of this to the top. You, of course, can skip out on lashes if you don't want to do too much to your eyes. If you just want to leave it, you know, like this. If you are doing this kind of makeup look and you're about to go swimming, make sure you use waterproof mascara, which I have here. They do have it in this brand. Just look for like the water drop at the bottom. And it'll, you know, keep your eyelashes and stuff from running. But if you're not going swimming, then of course you can just go with regular. But you're about to get in some water. Child, you about to look like you've been Beyonce in her video, Why Don't You Love Me? I'm gonna take a little bit of this highlighter, well, this little eyeshadow from Milani, spray the brush again. I'm gonna add a little bit to my inner corners, just to highlight the inner corners here. Or you could have taken the other one, the liquid one, and added that there. Either one is. And I'm gonna add a little bit here to the brow bone, just to add a nice little shim up here. All right, so for lashes, I've been loving I've always been loving the Salon Perfect 614s, with these really long, voluptuous lashes. I also love the Salon Perfect 615s, which are the really spiky ones I used to wear a lot here on my channel, but I actually don't have any here with me now. But I think I'm going to either go with those, or I might do the Salon Perfect 105s. These are pretty long too. So something that will just like really pop, but I really don't want to open up this pack yet. So I think I'm just gonna go with what I have here. It's my Salon Perfect 614s, and I'm gonna apply those really quick, and I will be right back. So for lips, I'm going to be lining my lips with this Milani lip pencil in 09 Spice, which is one of my new faves. I'm just basically gonna like coat my entire mouth with this, almost. All right, so now that I have Spice down, I'm gonna be using this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. I think this is number 04. This is one of my favorite little nude matte creams. I think it's so pretty. This is one of those you have to let dry a little bit, and then you can go back in with like a liner or something and darken it up. I'm just gonna go back in with my little pencil now. Tried to wash my hands. Hands was dirty. All right, beauties. Well, this completes this 100% drugstore. What should I call this? Like 100% how to slay drugstore glowy skin. Oh, I forgot. Spray, like a finishing spray. Okay, now we're done. All right, beauties, so this completes this drugstore, 100% drugstore, full coverage, glowy skin beat. I will figure out a name to call this video, I promise. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope this was very helpful, because I know this was a very requested video. So I'm so glad I got this out for you. As you can see, I'm still rocking my turbans here. I thought I'd switch up. Ow. I thought I would switch up and throw my turban on here. I do have a sweater on because it's brick back here where I'm filming. So don't you think it's wintertime over here, but no, it's the summertime, well, spring or whatever. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. So if you are new, welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for watching and coming by today. But if you are not new, thank you so much for sticking around and doing the same. I don't think I have anything else to say other than I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next one.